The left side of this figure is the mitochondrial matrix. This is in the mitochondria. The right side of this figure is the cytosol. So if you'll notice, we know that that TCA cycle happens and then we go through oxidative phosphorylation in the mitochondria, right? So over here, the cytosol, we're going to separate these two things completely. If you need to make a fatty acid, if you're going to synthesize a fatty acid, right, palmitate is a fatty acid. If you're making this, it's happening in the cytosol, okay? If you're breaking it down, look, so here we have all of our, right, so here goes pyruvate. Pyruvate goes into the mitochondria, and then what happens to pyruvate, right? Pyruvate goes to acetyl-CoA, which combines with oxaloacetate, becomes citrate, right? And then you can run the tricarboxylic acid cycle. If you have too much, if you're already running the tricarboxylic acid cycle, you're getting that ATP for energy, you can build up excess citrate. Is everybody with me so far, or do we want to see the TCA cycle? Like, would a visual of the TCA cycle be helpful? We're okay. Okay. So, here we've got citrate. When we have a lot of citrate, we can send, that means that we're moving the TCA cycle as fast as it can go, but we're just building up more and more of that first step, right? Because we've taken oxaloacetate and we've added acetyl-CoA and we're getting citrate. When we have too much of that, meaning that we've saturated all the enzymes that catalyze the intermediate steps in the TCA cycle, we're stuck up at the top. We have more up at the top than the TCA cycle can filter through for the whole rest. We're at maximum capacity to make ATP. So we get this buildup of citrate. When we get a buildup of citrate, we can send it out to the cytosol. When we send citrate out to the cytosol, so you can convert it back to acetyl-CoA, and from acetyl-CoA, you can get palmitate. This is where you make fatty acids. We can make new ones. We make new ones so we can store them for later. When we have too much citrate, we have to get rid of it. There's nothing we can do with too much citrate, right? So energetically speaking, it's always better to have more energy stored for later than less. That's the evolutionary thinking that we have evolved to make sure that we have multiple ways to get glucose for energy, to get ATP, because, like Dr. Tam, no ATP, you die. That's it, right? And he's totally true. Like, true words have never been spoken. So, what do? We're just backed up. Maximum capacity at the TCA cycle. We can't make any more ATP out of this. We send it out to the cytosol, we send this citrate out to the cytosol, and we make new fatty acids. We make new fatty acids because it's a way of storing that excess energy for later. So when they tell you in 317 or 250 or wherever you heard this first, that excess carbohydrate gets stored as fat, that's why. If you've got more carbohydrate running through your tricarboxylic acid cycle, then you can process. You've got just this buildup of pyruvate to acetyl-CoA, right? And you're running as fast as you can. Here's all this citrate. You've got acetyl-CoA, oxaloacetate, citrate, 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 citrate. Can't go anywhere. It starts getting shuttled out of the mitochondria, and it gets turned into a fatty acid.
So palmitate is a fatty acid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, palmitate is a fatty acid. And actually, we're going to talk about that one, because that's our preference. So on 362, if you look right here, synthesis of palmitate for malonyl-CoA, acetyl-CoA, and NADPH by fatty acid synthase. We're not going to go through the specifics of that, but yes. So palmitate is our preferred production. Like, that's what we like to make. It's just our natural, we've evolved to just make this one first. We can make other ones, but this one it works. It's a saturated fatty acid. I can't remember, I don't think I put this one